Hello YouTube, it is Toya Ruth here with the Divas and the Details. Hi, if you're already a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed but you're here now, go ahead and press that subscribe button because it is no cost to you to do so. If you like the content of any of the other videos on the channel, if you're browsing, or if you like the content of this one, please like as well. That will help our small but growing channel. And let's just get right into it. So 2 fragrances that I'll be talking about today. One is something that I've had for quite some time. And then the other is something that I blind bought because I'm trying to get into more niche fragrances. So the first fragrance is Lancome Oud Bouquet. So this particular fragrance, I had to re-up my Lancome La Vie est Belle, and then also I needed to re-up some facial products. I love this toner from Lancome, and so when I went to go do that, I got a coupon, so I went back in and got the perfume because this perfume is between $100 and $200, so it's a little bit on the pricier side, but I did get it discounted from Lancome's website. So let me just open this up. The box is kind of beat up because this is thoroughly used. I just keep it in the box so that it doesn't lose its essence over time. So I'll have like a rotation of perfumes on my dresser, and then I'll take them down and then put them back in their boxes and put them on a shelf in my closet, and then pull out another set of fragrances that I want to look at pretty on my dresser. So this is the bottle for Lancome's Oud Bouquet, and it has a gold plating on the front that has been laser cut through so that you can see the amber liquid that is underneath on the inside. This is textured, very beautiful. Then it has a gold plating on my right, your left side, that also has some laser cut through so you can see the liquid. The back is clear, the other side is clear. That rich amber liquid, very nice. This is an absolutely beautiful bottle. The cap is magnetic. Oh, trying to illustrate that, so love that as well. So this particular fragrance is not the original Oud Bouquet. The original Oud Bouquet was not actually called Oud Bouquet. It was called L'Autre Oud, and it was released in 2012. This is a new and improved version with the Oud Bouquet. The notes in here are saffron for the top note. The middle notes are rose petals and woody accords, which gives you that oud. And then the base notes are creamy vanilla and praline. And when I tell you, this is a beautiful fragrance. It is sultry. It is yummy. This is sexy. This is adding warmth and fullness and life to nighttime, and I just think this is a beautiful fragrance with a lot of depth. Even though it has a little bit of that spice with the saffron, I feel like the saffron is not the most prominent thing. It on my skin does not last very long, the saffron. What I get more of in this fragrance is the rosiness, the wood, and the vanilla, and it's very, very creamy. Love it. It's almost like, this is almost edible, and I do love that. I sprayed this on. My husband liked the way I smelled. He was like, ooh. And then went throughout the day, had been laying on the couch on some of the throw pillows. And the next day, that essence was still on the throw pillows. And so yummy, yummy, yummy. Lasts a long time. On my skin, I sprayed it on in the early evening, maybe like 5-ish. I could still smell it by the time I took a bath at about 11-ish. But because I had been on the couch kind of lounging around watching TV, the next day it was still on the fabric of the throw pillows. So very nice. Then let's get into Swiss Arabian. So this box is True Gold, which is a little bit different than the rose gold, but it does have texture as well. Let's open it up here. Oh, it does have Swiss Arabian in the top of the box. This is a beautiful bottle as well. This True Gold with the etching, the X's here all along the cap. And I actually love the back of this one more than the front. But I do think it is a beautiful bottle. This is heavy too, but it is lighter than the Oud Bouquet. And it's lighter than Oud Bouquet because this is a smaller package. This is 2.5 fluid ounces, so 75 mils. And remember the Oud Bouquet was 3.4 fluid ounces or 100 mil. So more expensive, but also bigger. And this is less expensive, but a little bit smaller. And, oh, this lady's not playing. Okay, so for Shaghaf Oud, it also has saffron in the top node. It has rose, oud in the middle note, and then it has base notes of vanilla, praline, and oud. So you're getting oud in the middle, oud in the end, and I would say that this is a more spicy, potent version of the Lancome Oud Bouquet. This one, when you smell it, don't be dismayed by that reaction. When you first smell this, there is like a spice that kind of hits me right here that like, oh my God. And then you can begin to, after you spray it, it starts to flow 30 minutes, an hour. You're like, oh, this smells yummy. This is also sexy, but in a different sort of way. So when I think about this fragrance, I think about someone who, people may look at her and think that she's standoffish. And then when they get to know her, she's their ride or die. She loves them. That's how I felt about this fragrance. So I blind bought this for the sole purpose of, I wanted to get into niche fragrances. I love several designer fragrances, but I wanted to expand my repertoire. And I was like, oh, other than Parfums de Marly, I hear wonderful things about Swiss Arabian. So I blind bought this. Had I smelled this before I bought it, because I already owned this, I probably would not have bought this, because this is punchy in the beginning and I would not have given it a fair chance. I'm glad I actually have it now and I've given it a fair shake, because when you wear this throughout the day, this is absolutely beautiful. This kind of reminds me that if you ever shop at a farmer's market, when you first get in there and you smell the spices, like kind of over there, like by the meats, like at our farmer's market, when you walk in, it's open air, but then it's covered. And you have the artisans, the women who are making scarves and they're knitting and they're doing throw rugs. And then there's hats, there's jewelry. And then you get deeper into the farmer's market. Well, no, before you even get inside, there's like fruit and flowers. And then they have the artisans and all that stuff. Then when you start trying to head towards the meat, on the other side of the meat in our market, there is a spice place where you can get any kind of spice and they will mix up some for you, and they'll do like a special blend for you on the spot, and they already have some spices already done. That's what this reminds me of. When you first walk into the spice area of the farmer's market, you're like, oh my God, that was a lot. And then when you're in there, I'm like, just bathe me in all these spices. This is beautiful. I love it. And that's how this fragrance is. This is the type of woman that if she's burning sage in her house for good energy and warding off people, and you don't want to be bothered with her, it's working. She likes that. She wants you to go away. She wants the people in her life who are going to stick with her and have some depth. This woman is transparent. I'm very clear. If I don't need you, you're out of here. But if I'm with you, I am with you. So I like this in your face, truth serum kind of woman that is this fragrance. Versus this fragrance, which is, everybody in the room is drawn to me. When I pass you, you're like, who's that girl? Yes, that's what this is. Do I think they both have value? Yes. I am so surprised that the notes are essentially identical except for the double oud in this one in the middle and the base, because to me, in the beginning, these smell like two totally different fragrances. So I'm wondering if the saffron in this one is like 5 to 7%, and it's punched up with a ton of roses, mixed in with some woodiness, and the oud is a milder wood than this one. I don't know if the woody notes in here are like a sandalwood or whatever, or if this is more like cedar, that you have, cedar has a very distinct smell, it's a very strong smell. And if the saffron is maybe like 25% concentration, because part of what perfumers do is that they they reveal some notes that so you can know your style, things that you're drawn to, and you can be attracted to it, but they don't tell how the cake gets baked completely. And so I'm thinking in these formulations, the concentrations are very different. And the fact that this oud is not as in your face, it's only in the middle. So in the dry down, you don't have so much of it. And it ends up being a more gourmand, edible, sweet, yummy, all of this, well, sweet and savory, with the praline and with the vanilla. And this vanilla is a very powdery vanilla. Maybe why this one is more kind generally, but I think it is beautiful. I would wear this one completely by itself. This one, I actually ended up layering it with YSL Manifesto, and it created a whole new fragrance that I fell in love with when I was trying to kind of fake the funk and not fully embrace this. And it was completely yummy. I also think that this mixes well with Geneva chocolate from the brand called Layered. That is a single note fragrance. I have worn this more recently by itself, and throughout the day I was like, oh, this dry down is beautiful. It's delicious. It's not as polarizing, but in the beginning, if you don't give it time to let this develop, you might be put off by it. So I would not blind buy Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. I would blind buy and not even think anything of it if you're a type of person that likes amber and vanilla and nuts in base notes. And that's who this girl is. That's me. I would definitely do Oud Bouquet. This is going to be something that's in my arsenal for many, many years. For this one, be more careful with it. I would try to sample this, or, you know, I wouldn't blind buy this. If I had to choose one versus the other in my arsenal, I would choose Oud Bouquet. But now that I have them both, I think that they both have their place. This is by far my favorite, 10 out of 10. This is like 8.5 out of 10. But I'm glad I have them, so when I'm feeling a different type of way. Fall, winter, nighttime, sexy, sultry, seductive, yes. Fall, winter, I'm cooking and having great depth of conversation, and this is just like a woman who will nurture you, provide for you, but she's not playing any games either. She's gonna shoot it straight with no chaser. Love, love, love both of these. This one is a little bit edged to the front, being a fan favorite for me, but this is also a great fragrance. This is very affordable. I could see how people say that they are dupes for one another, because when you look at the notes, you're like, it's the same fragrance, but it's really not the same fragrance, particularly in the beginning. But with the wear as it goes on, I do see the similarities, and I think they're both complex fragrances, very fun. This is not your run-of-the-mill celebrity or designer fragrance pack, and so I'm glad that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's soothing myself from all that 2020 has given us through fragrances, but I'm glad that I did discover Swiss Arabian thanks to all the wonderful YouTubers who have been talking about it, and I'm glad that this is part of my fragrance family now. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment about how you feel about whether these are actually true dupes of one another, or if you think they're completely different, or if you like one, don't like the other, or if you love them both. Don't forget to like as well. Have a great day. Bye.